Okay, so we all know how every company and corporation nowadays is so hungry for our data that they will collect and scrape every single piece of personal information that they can get about us so that they can sell it to advertising companies, so that every single ad that we see is spam fed to us and tailor-made for each individual, right? Okay, so now that we're on the same page, I see a lot of targeted ads. I watch YouTube on my TV, I don't subscribe to any streaming services, I scroll on the infinite void of misery and unhappiness that is designed to be as addictive as literal opioids. And sometimes these ads are what people say a lot, like scarily accurate, you know, whether it's advertising something I talked about recently or looked up or something I bought. And so I got curious. I want to know how much these companies know about me and then how susceptible I am to being influenced by them. So I collected a bunch of ads from 3 different platforms that I use on the daily. I think I see most of my ads through Instagram Reels because it's like a drug to me. So that's my first category. And then I see a lot of ads on YouTube, especially because I watch on my TV. So that's my second category. And then the last platform is just a bunch of websites that I might use frequently in like a typical day that have third-party targeted advertising. I'm gonna be ranking these ads based on how accurate they were to what I'm likely to purchase, like how accurately they hit the target of me as a demographic, as well as how it changed or influenced my perception of the company. Because that's all ads really are, right? They just want to sell something or they want you to see that company in a better light. The highest tier in my ranking system is tier A. I would buy this, which means they gave me a good impression of the company, and if I had the money and wanted to buy this product, this is the one I would go for. The next tier down is B, which is I would recommend it, which means that they kind of missed the mark a little bit on who they're advertising to, like it's maybe not something I would typically buy, but if I knew someone who wanted that kind of product, I might recommend it to them because of this ad. Then we have C tier, which is neutral. I don't have any positive or negative opinions on this, it's just an ad. And then the last tier is F, which is I hate this. So this means not only would I never buy this product, but also I see the company in a worse light now, and I'm more likely to tell people not to buy it because of this ad. After I've ranked everything, we're gonna take all the data and see which platform knows me better. This is scary. Off to a great start. The first Instagram Reel ad I got was for Air Portugal. I'm not planning on traveling to Portugal anytime soon, but like, I could if I could. It says it's featuring Jose Condessa. I don't know who that is, I had to look him up. He's an actor, I guess, a Portuguese actor. But yeah, this ad was okay. Like, I have nothing against Air Portugal, and yeah, if I wanted to take a trip to Portugal, maybe I'd consider flying Air Portugal. I'm putting this in A tier. Next was for Dove deodorant. Hold on, there's like copyrighted music in some of these. I gotta do a voiceover real quick. It's not drying. It feels weightless. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, so this girl says she's literally obsessed with her deodorant. It's a little much, don't you think? It's pretty spot on in terms of targeting. Like, I do buy and wear deodorant like every day. Pretty scary that they know that about me. But I never actually buy Dove brand because, well, they've had a lot of recalls. And also the girl who's obsessed with it, one of her reasons is that it's weightless. I've never had the problem where my deodorant feels too heavy. So maybe it's just not for me. I don't know. Like, I feel like the main reason I would buy a specific deodorant over another one is like for the smell or certain products that they put in it that are like better for you. Yeah, they didn't say anything about quality of ingredients or smell. Honestly, gonna put it in F tier just because they didn't tell me anything about their product. I'm not obsessed with it. And then I got a Tinder ad, which already you missed the mark advertising to someone who's in a happy long-term relationship. But then they missed the mark even more because this ad is specifically advertising Tinder's new feature, which is like an astrology feature where it pairs people with their, what is it? Like, it helps pair people up with like the astrological sign that matches you, or like, you know what I'm talking about. It like matches people up based on their astrological sign and like which ones align better. I don't know, I'm not an astrology person at all, so listen, everyone has the right to believe what they believe, but this to me looks like a company that's taking advantage of people who have a certain belief system and profiting off of it, saying like, look, we're gonna help you pair you up with an astrological partner. I don't think the people at Tinder care about astrology. Like, I don't think the people that work at Tinder have like crystals and tarot cards out, okay, helping you with your love life. I'm sorry. So I got this ad for Elle, which is a period product brand, specifically these pads they were advertising to me. And on the day that I filmed this video, I actually like just bought these. Like, I just bought them. And thing is, I buy those, the exact brand, Elle brand. I like them because they're unbleached and organic. But I've never like looked it up. I guess they just know my purchasing history, which is so awesome. But they really got me with this one. This one's gotta go in A tier because I literally do buy these. This next one is called True Grit Texture Supply, and it's a company that supplies texture packs for photo editing apps. It seems legit. It doesn't seem AI generated, I hope, which is good. And I feel like this could be useful for people who work in design or something that like they need texture packs. Kind of got me there because I do YouTube and that's kind of like photo editing adjacent. So I wouldn't buy these for myself because I don't really do a whole lot of photo editing. But if I did know someone who was looking for texture packs, I would maybe suggest this one. They have some pretty cool designs. I'm gonna put it in B. This one's called Movolve, and it's one of those companies that like you sign up and then they pair you with a group of other people that they think you might become friends with, and then you go and do activities together and hopefully you build new friendships. And you know, in theory, this seems like a pretty good idea. Like, it is very hard to make long-lasting friendships as an adult. Take it from me, an adult. But if this program actually worked, you'd think that they could just take photos of real people at their events, right? Instead of AI generating a bunch of fake-ass people like Mrs. Six Fingers over here, or Arm Through the Yoga Mat, or this text that they could have just typed out, but instead, no. The AI will do it, and forget a Y. This is F tier, do better. During the collection phase of this video, where I was just scrolling to try and find ads, I got 3 separate gambling ads, and I don't know if they're targeting me because I play video games, and those are often associated with like online gambling, but every time I see a gambling ad, I scroll away so fast. You can immediately tell when it's a gambling ad because it's so in your face, bright, huge text, loud noises. They're like trying to hook in anyone they can. And they should not even be allowed to be advertising gambling on a device that's in all of our pockets at all times. So that's like straight to F right there. Okay, so I got this diapers ad, and here they kind of hit the mark. I mean, I do be shitting myself. Okay, but for real, I don't have kids. Maybe they think I do because I watch a lot of like parenting reels.
I'm your daddy, I think you're a boy.
I'll put this in C. You know, I'm neutral about diapers. Bowlmyshoes, neutral about diapers. You can quote me on that. Oh yes, a product that everybody needs. I got an ad for the E70J Edge banding machine. No idea what this thing is. I don't think I will ever come into contact with machines of this caliber. Actually, maybe I'm getting these ads because for my last video I had to look up like Cranes and Home Depot a lot, but I'm gonna put it in B. You never know when your friend is gonna call you up at night and because they need the E70J Edge banding machine. Dude, look at this bird, it's scuba diving. Oh, okay, back to the ads. I got an ad for Valentino, and the people in it look so miserable. It looks like it is physically painful for her to walk right now. And then she meets this guy, who looks right out of ancient Greece, which isn't, exactly the vibe I'm going for, so C tier. Okay, then I got an ad for something called World Quant. It's a quantitative investment management service.
Huh?
Don't ask me what that is. I don't know. I looked into it, and I still don't know. They say that they hire brilliant people, they teach them how to trade, they teach them the key components to producing. Producing what? I don't know. I'm assuming money. I think this is like a finance bro thing, which I am not. Genuinely, I have no idea what this guy's deal is. In his bio, it says bringing opportunities to talent across the world. He never actually expands on what those opportunities are. I looked at his company and it's just a bunch more buzzwords like scale progress, acceleration, like of what, bro? There's a story highlight just called brain, like, and I just don't like his vibe, F. Next, I got this ad for Regent Hotels, and they had a really cute dog in the ad. And they kind of implied that their hotels are dog friendly, which I don't have a dog, but I do like that. So if a friend asked me where they could bring their dog, I would be like, Regent Hotel, it's pet friendly because I saw the ad. I give it a B. Okay, that's it for the Instagram Reels. Now we're doing YouTube ads. First ad I got was for an AI chatbot, so off to a horrible start. It's like they don't know me at all. Yeah, so things in this ad that the chatbot asks the user to do include connect it to Slack, which you could have done with your mouse and keyboard. Analyze my field and deliver a brief. All right, just do your entire job for you. This might be your last paycheck. Scan my portfolio and suggest next steps. All right, yes, let the AI take over the entire project creatively. Let's do that. Do you want me to create a social media post for you? Dude, I would never trust an AI with my social media. Isn't the whole point of social media so that people get in touch with the real you and like your image that you're trying to put out there of yourself in the world? It's supposed to be a representation of you. Why are you making your chatbot do it for you? Anyways, this is clearly an F. Not only did it give me a worse perception of the product, it also just made my day worse. Then we got Air Transat. The ad looked pretty. There were some nice shots. C. Okay, then we got an ad for the Amen Clock tour, which is a heavy metal tour happening with the bands Amen Amarth, Death Clock, and special guest Castle Rat. I don't know who any of these bands are. I don't ever listen to heavy metal, but this seems awesome. Live entertainment. Personally, I don't think I would go myself because it's just not my cup of tea, but I would recommend to a friend, so I'm giving that a B. I got an ad for Crate and Barrel couches, and I really like couches. I like sitting on them. Sometimes I'll sleep on them. They're great. I really like couches, and these ones are really nice, so if I was in the mood for a couch, I might have taken a look, so I'm gonna give this one an A. Then I got this ad for like a cash for gold salesperson, and I don't really have an opinion on this ad. I'm just really flattered that YouTube thought that this was my demographic. Like, they thought I looked like this? I gotta be doing something right. So yeah, I'm putting that in a C. This is when I switched to YouTube Shorts, and the first ad that showed up for me was for the Book of Mormon. Crazy pull. And I'm not Mormon. I don't ever really plan to be Mormon. I like drinking coffee too much. I'm sorry guys, F. Then I got 2 more gambling ads on my YouTube Shorts, straight to F tier, you know how it is. And then I got an ad for MAC Cosmetics. So yes, they were right. I am a woman, and I do sometimes wear makeup. But I never really buy from MAC. I don't think I have any MAC products actually. Kind of like with Dove, MAC has like a lot of ingredients. I don't think I'm gonna wear this, but I know that some people do. I'll put it in C. It's like, you can do whatever you want. Okay, and lastly, I explored some different websites to see if I could find some third-party ads. And let me tell you, this was a lot more difficult than I thought. I couldn't think of that many websites that I would go to normally that have ads anymore. Either I go to like online storefronts where they're just advertising their own products, or I go on websites like Wikipedia, which don't have ads. I still was able to find some, don't you worry. The first one was on All Recipes. I looked up a chocolate chip cookie recipe, and I got a Wendy's ad. Classic, getting a food ad on a recipe page. They got me there. I don't really eat fast food. I used to have Wendy's sometimes growing up. Yeah, I'm neutral about Wendy's. On the same website, I got an ad for the new Samsung phone with Galaxy AI. I've had this iPhone 11 since 2019, so it's served me well for the past like 7 years. It still works great. I don't love that it's an Apple product just because I don't love Apple. You know, it does the trick. I can do everything that I want to on it. The battery's not amazing, but I don't need an amazing phone. So yeah, even if I was looking to upgrade, I don't think now's the right time to upgrade to a Samsung phone, especially if they're advertising the Galaxy AI. I really don't want that. So unfortunately, this is an F tier. Then I went on the Ultimate Guitar Tabs website, which is a site I use pretty often, and I got an ad for the Descendants Zombie Camp Rock Worlds Collide tour. Those words are not in the Bible. And I do love live events, once again. They got me there. They knew that they could advertise music to me because I was literally on a Guitar Tabs website. I've never seen Descendants, it's just not something I grew up on. I don't even know what Zombies is referring to, but Camp Rock. Camp Rock is Camp Rock. They really influenced me there. Like, if I knew someone with kids who was looking for a concert and they were like, hey, is Camp Rock any good? I'd be like, yeah, it's good.
She's really good.
I don't know, they've got my attention with that Camp Rock. I gotta give it a B tier. Then I went on IMDb and I got a Chevrolet truck ad. I don't own a car. I don't think I'll ever own a truck. Nothing against truck owners, that's just not my life. But it does say it's Canada's most affordable truck. So not only do they know I'm Canadian, but they also know I'm broke. I'm still gonna put this in C though, because just because it's more affordable, I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. And I got this ad for A tier. And so I see that they know I play video games and that I watch anime and whatever, but like this is not a game I would ever buy. I don't think this is a game I would ever like recommend to friends either. So I'll just put it in C tier. It's not for me, it's probably for someone. Then I went on the SpongeBob fandom page, which I'm always on, and I got this ad for Audible, which is really interesting because not only do they know that I've been reading a lot more, but also Project Hail Mary is my favorite book, and I really like the movie. I know that Project Hail Mary is like very big right now and everyone's talking about it, so this isn't necessarily like super targeted, but I really like that book. Personally, I don't like audiobooks. I find that I get distracted way too easily compared to like when I'm reading an actual physical book, but I don't know, the Project Hail Mary kind of got me. If somebody was asking about it, I would maybe point them towards Audible. That's gonna be a B. Then I got this super cryptic AI ad, and I genuinely can't tell if this is pro or anti-AI. Like, let me read this. It says, in the modern world, artificial intelligence, AI, has become an integral part of our daily lives, often without us even realizing it. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, AI is working in the background to make our lives more convenient, efficient, and enjoyable. So, to me, that sounds like sci-fi post-apocalyptic horror. But to some, that might sound nice, I guess? Yeah, I genuinely have no idea what this is trying to say or imply, so for that reason, I'm out. Then I got this ad for Fiverr, which is a website where you can pay freelancers and artists and contractors to provide services for you. I've never used it. I don't have any good or bad experiences with Fiverr, but this ad, all that it's doing is really making me root for Randy. Randy H has got some stellar reviews. I mean, Randy was hands down most of the other best Fiverr experience I've had. Exceptional job on my quick and professional. Dude, I'm gonna give Fiverr a C, but Randy, she gets an S. Okay, so those are all the ads that I collected from their respective platforms, and now I made some pie charts to organize the data, so let's take a look at those. So first we have our Instagram Reels, and here we can see that a solid 50% of these ads were a total failure. But 14% of them, which I still think is pretty high, were things that I would actually buy. And so then let's compare this to YouTube. YouTube had a lower percentage, only 44% of ads that I thought were a total bust, but it also had a lower percentage of ads that I thought were a complete win. And then lastly, this really shocked me, the third-party sites were 50% neutral ads, and there was not a single one that I actually considered buying. I feel like when I'm on websites, I just see a lot of like really cheaply produced ads. A lot of them are scams also, but wow, yeah, we sure did learn a lot today, didn't we? Look, all our data is being collected, and I think it's really important to be critical of what we're consuming, especially when it comes to advertising, because these are products that are being pushed towards you based on all the data that they've collected around you, and they're trying really hard to manipulate as many people as they can to supporting their company. Of course, that's not the case for every company in the world, but it's the case for a lot of them. And then if we take it a step further and think about what kind of advertising do children have access to? I mean, look at the ads I got today. I got like 5 different gambling ads in one sitting. Maybe we should be reevaluating what kinds of things we're willing to push towards people, especially people who are already addicted, like I am, addicted to consuming this media. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and leave a comment down below of what kind of things you'd like to see next. I really do appreciate all of the support I've been getting recently. I've already said thank you a bunch of times, but yeah, thank you. And I'll see you next time.